All right, everybody. Moment has come. Today we are going to be assembling the XR2206 frequency generator. So, I been excited for a long time to do this. We're going to be starting to build our lab with a really cheap function generator. And next we are going to build a really cheap oscilloscope to test out the scope along with the function generator. I went ahead and got the unassembled one so we can go ahead and assemble it. Let's take a look at everything we got. It's not too many components. Not too terrible. So for now I'm just gonna put the case and the hardware to the side. We got instructions and a little schematic. So here's what we're looking at. Oh, here's a inventory list. So here's the board. Cool. Board, pins, resistors, DC barrel jack. I guess I could start kind of organizing it. Let's see. I'm gonna look at this too. So I guess we need to start sorting this. I just bam. Put all these knobs and all that stuff over there. Woo! I don't even know what to say. I'm so excited to be here doing this for you guys finally. Get my electronic series going. Here's the XR2206 chip made by HLF. Jumpers. One of these electrolytics are it's cut off. 10 microfarad. And it shows 2 of them. Oh, 2 10s. This is a 47. And we only have 1. So this one's different. So this will be the other 10. Okay. 10. What else do we got? So we can sort these caps. We have 3 of 3, 5.1K. And I might meter here too, that might be able to help us out. just to get these sorted real quick. Okay, just to make sure. So what do we have here? What should we be getting? 5.1K. Okay, so those are 5.1. And then we also have 2 50Ks and 1 100K. Those might be the pots though. Let's see. Let's just see what we got. 300. Okay, so it says we should have a 330. So this will be R4. And this, yeah, probably 1K. Yeah, we have a 1K. So this is R1. So R1, R4. Alright, cool. Let's see. Alright, and then what do we got for caps? Looks like we have some different ones. Yeah, we got 101, 104, 105, and you can see they have a number on them. Like this is 105. So 101, 104, 105. 101, 104, 105, 473, and I have a 222. Ah, 222, right? Okay. And our output terminals. All right. Let's get to it. I have a really cheap Amazon soldering iron, so we'll see how it works. It's like one of the cheapest ones you can get. I don't even know what brand it is. YAHUA. I don't know. We'll see if it even works. I have nice solder though. That's usually the secret sauce. So how do I want to approach this? I kind of like to work. Sometimes like left to right is good. Sometimes up to down, middle outwards. Thinking. So these will be our jumpers. So I'll be these guys. So that would be pretty easy to solder. I don't really think there's a wrong way to do this. Yeah, let's just get into it then. Yeah, I'm just gonna start Let's go ahead and start with the IC. Okay, so if you don't know how to do one of these, one side will have a indentation, and that indentation, you can see, goes with the IC, so pin 1. So the socket, we're going to get to go in just like this. Gotta be careful with this stuff. Pins are very delicate. Obviously, they got the cheapest they can get. This whole thing cost, I think it was like $4 or $5. So just to hold it in place, I'm going to just solder a couple legs on there real quick. Clean that up. Okay, took the solder pretty well. Cool. Nice and flush. Alright. Just gonna go through and just knock all these legs out. Tin the tip first. Alright. Or solder. It's okay. I don't know. Pretty good. It's not cold solder or anything. Usually I use flux when I do solder. For anybody that does not know, flux helps the solder flow down through the eyelet. I hope anybody watching this is having a good day. This is just a entertainment video, really. It's just me soldering. There's not really a whole lot for me to go over in this one. You know, like functionality wise, or just kind of a DIY kit. So, yeah, this is the first video to my electronics series. The purpose is to get anyone that's interested in electronics, show them that they can get a lab going from next to nothing. I have a ridiculously cheap soldering iron. And then, yeah, for the oscilloscope and this function generator, it was like under $15 for both of them. Cool. So this is what it looked like. Pretty good for for how cheap this iron is. I'm surprised. Okay. We don't have to put it in the IC yet. Can wait. I don't know, I guess let's just pick and go. C2. So on that paper, yeah. C2 will be the 104. That's good. I'm gonna put in a couple components at once too, so you know what, I could probably just put in all the caps and go from there. So C8, the top one, will be 101. Again, real quick, just in case anybody doesn't know, this capacitor symbol means polarity doesn't matter. I can put this cap in either way. This cap, however, the electrolytic one, it will matter which way you orientate that. The shaded half will be the negative side. I can emphasize on that when I get to it later. But these guys do not have to worry about it. Alright, C7, 222. So it looks like the IC pretty much does everything, and then just these caps help change the frequency. Can be part of the filtering, external filtering. C6, 473. And C5105. Cool. You know what? I'm just gonna keep going. I can get more in there. Let's do C1. C1 will be the 47 microfarad. Maybe this guy. 47 microfarad, rated for 16 volts. And like I was saying, this will be the negative side. And the negative will go on the shaded half. Let me go ahead and add the other two electrolytics. C3 and C4 are 10 microfarads, rated for 25 volts. C3, again, negative side will go on the straight pattern. And all I'm doing on this back side is just bending the leads so it will stay in place. Ten microfarad. Alright, let me go ahead and get these guys soldered in. Oh, it's a little bit cold, sorry. I'm still getting used to this iron, so I apologize. It is garbage. Cool. can turn it up just a little bit. I don't know how accurate this temperature is even. Oh, that seems to work way better. Maybe I just needed that little bit extra. So last electrolytic over here. That's way better. Okay. Now I get these big ones. Cool. Those look nice. Yeah, I think I just need a little bit more heat. All right. Let me go get my snips real quick so I can cut all these. All right. Let's clip these leads. Oh man, I had that video paused for it took me like 30 minutes to find these. Sometimes I do that. I need to finish organizing my space, so all my tools are right there. They have their own special home. But we learn as we go. Okay, let's see for these guys. Just get them lifted off the board real quick. So I can get in there to cut them. Cool little tip, I guess, is I put one finger on the lead that I'm clipping so it doesn't go flying. Just, so it doesn't end up on the carpet or in my eyeball. That would suck. That'd be so embarrassing. Hey, mister, why do you have to wear an eye patch? Last one. Cool. I don't know why I didn't put them all in here. Again, learn as we go. Alright, now, these are all clean. I'll give it one last look over before I finish. Make sure nothing is shorting. Cause these, the electrolytic eyelets are really close to each other. Let me show you what I'm talking about, I guess. Like, look at, sorry, my fingers look gross. This one right here. Look how close that is. Those are all these guys, the electrolytic caps. Don't want to short those. They look good to me. Alright, next, let's go ahead and do the resistors. I remember R1, 2, 3, 4. So we got R1. Should be 1K. Just gonna double check too as I go. Okay. So yeah, for sure that's R1. And R4 should be 330. Cool. Let's at least get these in the board for now. So R4. I like to just kind of put it like on my finger. Something like that usually gives me a nice bend. And R1, the 1K. Cool. For those that don't know, resistors do not have polarity, so you can put them in any direction. Cool. And then I'm just gonna throw these three in, and then I'll go ahead and solder all the resistors in. So R3, 5, and 6. 5, 3, 6. They should all be 5.1 k ohms. Double check here. 5.3. Cool. Oh man, I'm excited to slowly evolve my lab and just get better tools. Like I said, this is the first video. This is rough, so I don't know how the camera footage is gonna turn out editing wise. You know, maybe I'll want you guys closer in the future. Be nice once I get a second camera so I can have two views going, like a top down one and then one I was thinking of my bench, so you can see like my iron and my meter. Okay, R6. R3. Cool. Alright, let's go ahead and solder all these resistors. Let me see, let me tin this. Alright. Great. So anybody watching this video this far along, if you have a minute, I would encourage you to go in the comments and write a little story about either how you got into electronics to begin with, or if you're interested in getting started, what are you interested in? I want to hear your story. I like hearing people's stories as to how they got into electronics. Cool, make some music with this down the road. You know, it's just putting out a signal in different frequencies. So I have a keyboard somewhere we can play piano, capture its frequency, and then try to replicate that with this guy. Hook it up to a little speaker. All sorts of things you can do with the function generator. Yeah, so this thing can go I'll give you the specs when I'm done. Alright, what next? Let's go ahead and add our let's just do our output terminals. So this one you probably could. Yeah, you could install this backwards. Make sure you don't do that. You want the cable attachments facing outward. That would suck if you got that backwards. Just gonna tack it on there. Hold it in place. Now come in here with the flux. And then, of course, you want to start with the a different leg than you tacked. If I go on the one that I tacked on there, it'll just fall right back out. So I did pin 1. I'm gonna go. Let's go over here, pin 3. Some bigger eyelets. They're gonna take a little longer to heat up. Probably should be using a bigger iron tip. One thing that is a good trait, but also a bad trait to have if you get into electronics is being a perfectionist. Those are nice, conical, nice and smooth. Alright, next let's go ahead and do our input power, our DC jack. Just gonna fit in there like that. Same thing, I just wanna tack it on there. I might tack it on two of the pins. There we go. Then I'll come around to this third pin. Start on it. Let me check with this iron. How many tips do I have? That's a big one. It's because all the other ones I have are also kind of... We have the pots and they kind of have larger leaves. Let me switch to this bigger one real quick. I haven't really used this too much. I don't want to burn this. is such a cheap item. Making do with what I have, but I don't really like what I have. Give it a second to warm up. So I might start smoking a little bit because I've never used this tip. It's a brand new tip. Yeah, this is much better though. A lot more heat transfer. Oh yeah, way better. That's what I'm talking about. Just a little bit. Yeah. Alright, well, I have that big tip on there. Whew. Yeah, those are nice. Let's go ahead and do these other big ones while it's on there still. So we have our 2, 7, and 8 are these pots. Do these have a writing or anything? B503, B503, B104. Alright, it's cool. So we don't know. What is what? So it looks like, we got 2 and 7, and then R8. So one of these is 100K ohms, and 2 of them are 50K. I assume both the B503s are 50Ks, and the B104 is the 100K. But to be sure, we can test that really quick. Let's grab our meter. Cool. Let's measure across. Yeah, so that's close enough to 100K. And then both of these should be about 50. 46 and a half. 48. Cool. So we were correct, but it is always better to double check. So the 50Ks are R2 and R7. Cool. And R8, 100K, R8. This is our coarse pot. Cool. I like that those just kind of stay in. Still gonna put a little bit of flux on there. And then alright. Let's just go for it. Oh yeah, these are looking good. If this is your first electronic video and you're interested, definitely get some solder practice before you just hop on a kit like this. They make some cheap kits that you can, or are even specifically made just to practice your soldering. One thing I don't cheap out on is the solder though. I have Kester. There's how much is in it? And the gauge, 0.5 millimeter or 0.02 inches. This stuff is the best. Alright, now that I've done all the... You know what? I'm just gonna keep using this tip. And since it's kind of a diagonal, let's see, I might be able to just use the tip of it. There we go. The tip of the tip. Alright, one down. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna keep using this tip going forward. The other one was kind of small, so didn't have a lot of heat transfer. So it's taking a while to heat up some of these legs and the eyelet. To not damage the board, you want to expose the board and the eyelet to minimal heat for the shortest amount of period that you can. But not too short to where you get like a cold solder. I mean, this little kit doesn't matter too much. It's not like it's going to a customer or anything like that. It's just for fun. So next we just have all the pins. So it looks like we have just 2s. 12 in total. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And cut pretty good. Just cut them all. Yeah, this looks like it might be a little tedious to do, but we can do it. Make sure I got this the right way. So jumper will go. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Just gonna tack these on again. The Michael Steele specialty. Did not get it on. Okay. It's the better way to do this. think, Michael? I think I just... I'm used to using flux. So, let's just stick to what I know. Stop trying to rush this. Slow it down. It's not a race. Alright, next. Now I got it, so I can just knock this out real quick. Flux. Little bit. Solder. Throw it on one line real quick. Here we go. Man. Alright. On to the next one. Just gotta keep doing that. Next. Because I use flux, usually I do use alcohol to clean up my work when I'm all done. I won't do that for the video's sake. Just keep it nice and short. I don't know. I think the flux kind of makes it look a little unprofessional. I know this is just, again, it's a little tiny kit, but I like my stuff to look nice. Alright, now everything is tacked in there. Retouch this one just a little bit. Sorry. Gotta learn. I wonder if I'm just blocking you guys with the back of my head. Cool. Alright, so that's all the soldering. Showing everybody. So yeah, it does look a little ugly right now with the flux, but as you can see, not too bad. Try to focus. Alright, Michael, quit showing off. Quit showing off. Okay. So this IC, if you remember, this had the autofocus. No, okay. Had the notch up here, and then that's of course gonna match the notch on the chip and pin 1. See if I can show you the notch. Yep, okay. Well, be careful when you put this into the socket. Gotta bend these pins just a little bit. Just bend them in a little bit more. Okay, looks good. Now I'm going to push it in. Perfect. No bent legs. I wonder why they did the socket and not just... We could have just soldered the IC directly in. I wonder why they would do that. Okay. So all these... There's no... Ooh, and I forgot I have the case. I don't know if... What goes on first? I don't know what goes on first, the caps or this housing. Interesting. So it's supposed to be... Oh, okay, yeah, it is clear. Just gotta take... What is this, a sticker? Wow, that sticker is on. Where's my blade? Maybe this will help. That's really on. That's pretty good. Taking it off is not an issue, but getting it started. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of cut it. And then like this. This time. Let's try to start it here. It's a little difficult around all these little holes. There we go, that was a good one. Right. Let's do this without cutting my finger. I think. So probably just to speed things up. Let's get them all started. All right. You ever like buy something and it has the barcode on it though, and then you start to take it off and then you have instant regrets because it's one of those barcodes. It's ultra sticky and you can't get it off. Just rips into a million pieces. Wow, this is very time consuming. Well, this will just be an assembly video. And then I'm going to do a assembly video for the oscilloscope kit. Then a video kind of seeing that they both work within a certain amount of reasonability, tolerance. And then we'll get started with the good stuff. Designing. That's a workout. Alright, so this one I think would be the top. Because... oh, good thing... okay, so yeah, knobs are going to go on after the clear piece. Dang, yeah, it doesn't say what jumper settings do what. Like what frequencies, so... I guess I can just write on here what it does. Let's start with the bottom. And then we're gonna do this. And then these ones are different. The smaller one is going to be for the barrel jack. Larger one will be for the output terminals. And the top and the bottom are the same sizes. Now, just give me a bunch of moving it around. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, it gave us 4 long screws and 4 short screws, so that's why. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna undo this. So first we'll do the short screws. I'm gonna go on the inner holes. Get that started. Go diagonal. Just get it all in place. Don't need the case, of course. I'm just a little bit extra. It's like a couple dollars more, so. Definitely don't need these crazy tight or anything. You could probably just get away with hand tightening them. Again, this is just for at-home use. It's not like it's going to a special customer or anything. Alright, let's put our puzzle back together. try having a hard time with this now. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna loosen these again. Because I need to move the board, I guess. So, okay, now it wiggles a little bit. Let's see this one. There we go. Oh. So my issue is it was maybe clamped down too hard, and then this clear piece couldn't fit under the barrel jack. I thought it was misaligned. I was like, I don't know. Now that this is in place, I can get things a little more snug. It's not going anywhere now. This side fits fine. I don't need. Okay, let me double check this. I'm happy with that. This thing actually looks pretty cool. I like the case. Alright, what am I stuck on? This one? I got through there. Oh, it's the actual output piece. Let me try approaching this a different way. I'm going to start with the barrel jacks in. So, is that in there? No, it's not. Am I getting caught up on the barrel? I was. Dang, that barrel. Causing all my problems. There we go. It's a good looking electronic sandwich right there. Okay, long screws. Same thing, just get started. Diagonals. Okay, and last one. Ooh, where do you think you're going, buddy? Get in your hole. Cool. Definitely don't want to overdo it. So then we got I'll put the knobs on. Just gonna try my best to line them up, I guess. This little crack it has on it. Cool.
This is a reminder. Did you take your medicine?
There we go. So now I got all of that. Alright, that's too easy. This one's not easy. This one's just harder to rotate. Okay. And the jumper. So looks like let me show you what we're doing with it. So we have a throw a jumper on here for a triangle wave or a sine wave. And I believe if we just don't have any jumper in, it should automatically just put out a square wave. So yeah, if you look at your output, we have our output here, ground, square wave output, and then this output will be a sine or a triangle based on your jumper settings here. And then these jumpers, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 tiers of frequencies to maneuver through. I'll have to pull it back up what the frequencies are. So we can put 9 to 12 volts DC. I'll go over this again when we test it out. But yeah, here's 3 of the ranges. I assume the other range will just be, you know, very low, like 10 hertz or something, to 180. Like 10 to 180, 180 to 4.2K, 3.5K to 80K, and then we have 450K to 1 megahertz. So that's interesting. It's interesting that it jumps from, they decided to jump from 80 to 450. Just skipping a whole bunch of frequencies there. Oh well, cool. Well, that is it for this video. Hopefully everything turned out okay. Camera distance wise, I'll have to figure that out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please, constructive criticism. I can handle it. Give it to me. What you liked, what you didn't like about the video. You know, I'm still new to video production and this whole setup. So, we'll see. Hopefully my head wasn't blocking half the video. And, yeah. Next video, we'll put together an oscilloscope. Alright. Out of here.